one of the aspects of your character that you describe in what might be called psychological terms, and that is the idea. It's the psychothymic disorder. Have I got the right word? Cyclothymic. Yeah. Right, which is, if you like, I suppose the idea is that it is bipolar light or something.
This is what the Americans call it. Yeah.
So I mean, first we had manic depression, and then this was turned into bipolar, and then.
But always you have dead bodies. That's the point. You know, you can do the, I'm not suggesting you were, you can do the Janet Street Porter, oh, why don't they go walking off? It's only celebrities talking about their moods. Yeah, and they kill themselves. And it's a morbid condition. And any doctor will tell you it's one of the most serious morbid conditions at present in Britain. The fact that I'm lucky enough not to have it so serious, it doesn't mean I will one day kill myself. I may well. And then people won't. It's...
I wasn't being...
No, I know you weren't, but it's that we had, and now we have, and now we have. I know the DSM-5, as they call it, the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, which the 5th version is about to come out, and there's always a lot of, a lot of serious discussion about how these things are categorized. I mean, whether there's a continuum, whether there's a sort of, as people talk about it with autism, it's somewhere along that line, there is the very serious and the very light, and it's certainly true in mental health in the case of mood disorders, with the cyclothymic and things. But I know, I just wanted to preface, and I wasn't saying you would take it lightly. I just did want, it is always worth remembering when talking about these things. Mostly what one's talking about are not celebrities on the interview shows talking about how occasionally their life is slightly unhappy or sometimes it's slightly bouncy. They're either hiding because they don't, why should they bore everybody with the turmoil, or so as a good nature, we don't, any more than I would show you my genital warts. Please, there's a time and place for anything. We'll take your word, you've got them, but must you really show them to anybody? Similarly with my mental disorders, why should I possibly anybody want to see them? But it is worth saying, for the sake of those millions out there whose lives are utterly blighted and whose prospects are more or less hopeless, and who turn so often to drink and drugs as a way of finally being able to control their moods, albeit in a blank way. But in my case, as you rightly say, it's a light enough form most of the time. But I know how easy it is to think that it must be a celebrity designer accessory problem. In the same way that homosexuality seems to be one, because only people like me talk about it. Naturally, someone who works in an office is going to talk about their mental instability because they'll either get teased, bullied, or fired. And that's the problem, is the stigma of it is enormous.